Right out of the gate. Coach fired.
Well, I'll tell you guys. I literally just got back from Mexico. You know, I got sand in my shoes. I've done nothing but eating chips and guacamole and fish tacos for the last 6 days, and I couldn't have picked I guess, tougher time to come on with you guys. I like Frank Vogel. I did not want to see him get fired. I was hoping that they would probably try to give him one more year to figure out this chemistry issue on this basketball squad. But one thing I know about Matt Ishbia is if he sees an opportunity to make a change for the better with his squad, that he's going to explore those opportunities. And I don't know if they hired anybody yet or if they got somebody tabbed to come in and replace him. But you got to believe with all of the moves that he's made in his, let's call it 14, 15 months that he's been the captain of this ship, he has been aggressive in making moves. So this kind of fits with that profile.
The other gal that walked in the room and you're dating Vogel is Mike Budenholzer. You know
what a girl dating.
Well, it's like I see. You know, that's a better looking person there that I'm dating.
But he's rumored to get the LA Laker job.
Well, but Budenholzer, maybe they did it today just to jump on that with Budenholzer, who's been available here for a while.
Yeah, you know, obviously both coaches with that championship experience. I think Budenholzer probably comes more from that San Antonio, Greg Popovich line of coaching that's been attractive to a lot of ownership groups. Getting those guys in place, get that kind of that top model. So I could see with the success Budenholzer had in Milwaukee, winning the championship with young Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you know, having an MVP guy with a, I guess, huge personality like that, be able to come in here and work with the big three personalities of Durant, Booker, and I guess kind of on a second tier deal as well. So, you know, there's some good opportunities with this roster. Peter Grayson Allen and the Boston Beast in that mix. There just needs to be some tweaks kind of down the rest of that roster, and I think the Suns are in a good position moving forward.
Scott Williams is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, Scotty. We've had, I guess, reports, and I'll just leave it at that Kevin Durant was unhappy. He seems to get unhappy after every 2 years with whatever team he's been playing with, and was mentioned in a possible trade to Miami. Now, does that look less likely now that they are going to have a brand new head coach? And the report of friction in the locker room as well at the end of the season. Can they get past that as well?
Well, I don't know if there's friction left in the locker room, so I won't speak to that. But I will speak to the fact that with the head coaching change, I would have thought that James Jones and, of course, Matt Ishbia would have weighed in with those guys, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, to kind of get their, I guess, pulse of how they thought this team needed to move forward. So maybe something came back from those meetings. Like I said, they made a decision based on what players had to say, but it is a players-driven league, so I'd be surprised if they didn't weigh in. If something did come up with Durant specifically, I'd heard the comments he made to Chad Ochocinco, which I don't know how much you would put that to be gospel, but that was definitely be something there where he would say, okay, they listened to my concerns and they're going to go out and try to find somebody to come in here and put me in better positions on the floor where I feel more comfortable, a chance to help the squad reach its full potential.
Scott, and speaking of that full potential, if they were hiring Mike Budenholzer to use his knowledge of what he would need as a head coach from that particular standpoint to James Jones, if James Jones still has his job after today, let's assume he does. So you bring in a guy like Budenholzer, to your point, was under Pop for many years, won an NBA title in Milwaukee. How much clout do you think that allow him to go try to get the kind of player or players he needs to support the big three?
Well, I think that's very important for these coaches, especially the ones that have the championship experience, to be able to say, I want a hand in say and what players that we bring in here. He knows what style he likes to coach. He knows the type of players, the mentality that he likes to have on his squad. So I'd be surprised if you take this job and didn't have the ability to weigh in who's beyond his roster.
I'm real curious, are they going to go shopping for a veteran point guard that they believe can lead this team? Because leadership is lacking when they are on the court.
Yeah, I think it's one of the moves that they'll probably look to explore, and getting a guy that can kind of just take the ball out of the hand of the big three for that period of time from top of the key to top of the key. Listen, you don't need a guy that's going to dominate and over dribble the ball in the half-court situation and just try to hit Kevin Durant coming off of down screens and curl screens. But at the same point in time, it does allow Booker, Durant to try to get to the areas of the floor where they feel more comfortable without the basketball, and then do something after they've gotten it and they get their guy, I guess, off balance, so to speak, still trying to recover coming off of a pick, a down screen, a curl action. Those are the types of reasons why they can gain their advantages, not having the ball in their hand from the from 75 feet away from the basket.
Scott, do you see the big three in any way being dissolved in any now that Frank's been fired, or does this kind of mean that this is going to stay intact because a new head coach is going to come in?
No, I think probably I would think now that the head coach has been relieved of his duties that all options are going to be on the table for this group to try to improve the roster. I heard some of the enthusiastic comments by Coach Matt Ishbia. The Suns are in good shape, but at the same point in time, it didn't reach the ultimate goal of where we want to be. So I would believe that anything and everything, regardless of position or financial responsibility to the team, is going to be available to be an option. I know Matt wants to win badly from everything that he has said and done. And I would think that now that the head coach has been let go, that every avenue will be pursued aggressively.
So, Scottie, if you're the GM for the day, if James Jones says, here, we'll give you the reins, we'll give you the wheel to this
and
team,
the salary.
And the salary, absolutely. You got to throw that in there. And the bonuses, if any, to be had. What would you do to get them to vie for a Western Conference title? Jimmy talked about the point guard. Anything in particular you would like to do with your experiences winning 3 NBA championships?
2.
Yeah, you need some glue, guys. There's no doubt about that. I kind of look at what's going on in some of the other places in the league, especially in Minnesota here. Yeah, you have your superstar, but you also have the defenders. You got Karl Anthony Towns and Gobert inside, and a number of the wing players that are getting after guys. So, yeah, basketball is pretty in the 82 games, and you win a lot of games, you score a lot of points. But when it really comes down to making a move in the playoffs, you got to have those defenders. I mean, just look and see what the Knicks are doing. They've won 6 of the first 8 basketball games, and they got a roster of guys. Jalen Brunson is a solid player in this league, but it's the other guys. Jason Hart with 19 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. The kid from the Sopranos, Shinzo. He hit 6 of 12 3-point shots on his way to 82 points. You have that Frankenstein big fella in the middle, goes 14 and 12 last night.
A minute.
You got to have these other guys that I call him Frankenstein. I'm in Hartenstein.
Well,
you got to have these other guys. You got to have these other guys though that are willing to play a role and provide that defense and that solid core to go out there and say we don't really care who gets the credit as long as we get the victory. And I think that's what it really. It means to be a championship squad. So they got to have that mentality and find those guys to complement the big three.
So is it time for a salad? Now you've had all that, there's chips and salsa and guac. You going to mix in a salad now, Scott?
I tell you what, as soon as I get the sand out of my shoes, I'm going to go for a run because I didn't come back with anything, no souvenirs except for the extra 10 pounds around my waist. So I definitely I got to try to do something to get back into shape here. I got to have that beach body ready. How am I going to fit into this Speedo come June when I hit Laguna Beach?
There you go. Scott, thanks for the time, buddy. Appreciate you.
Love you guys. Go Suns.
Scott
you,
Williams
Scotty.
joining us. He threw out a go Suns after.
did.
Is he
I
a
know.
coach now?
I-
Did he get hired as assistant coach?
Might be.
They
I
might
mean,
be,
what's that all
they might be
about?
taking applications
I
when
mean,
Budenholzer gets hired.
Oh,
Big
geez.
man coach.
Hey, coming up, Football 50. Again, we'll continue talking. Joining Suns have fired Frank Vogel after